Yeah, yo, what's the deal, y'all? We back with another episode of Big Cat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, Portis, aka Mr. Squad in your face, and I'm with my co-host,
Mo guy.
Mo Grizzle, aka Live Dog. Live V.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There we go. Yeah. So we back today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got another hot one for y'all today. You know, but before we get into the topic tonight, excuse me, before we get into the topic tonight, we're gonna do what we normally do. We're gonna pay these bills real quick. So shout out to Drip U. What's going on, my guys over there at Drip U over there, keeping everything fresh, keeping y'all fresh, keeping y'all dripped up and dripped out. And if you're looking to get dripped, let them drip you. uh so shout out to Drip U over there, man. And shout out to the SG Way One Stop Shop. You feel me? Get your taxes did. You know it's getting late in the season, y'all. If y'all ain't got your taxes did, you know what I'm saying? Hit Shaquana Gillis up, and if you need your hair did, hit up Shaquela Gillis, man. They right there in the same building, bro. They get you, ladies, they can get you together, fellas, they can get you together. Taxes and dreads, or taxes and micro braids, or whatever y'all like to do, they can get it done for y'all. And then head to Drip U. And like I said, head to the suite, you know, head to TRS, head to one of these clubs. You feel what I'm saying? But y'all make sure y'all, if y'all down here in the Columbus, Georgia area, y'all get with one of those establishments, man, or get with all three. You feel what I'm saying? And get them some black love business. You know what I'm saying? Get them black businesses some love. You feel me? So without further ado, you know what I'm saying? We are about to get into this show, man. Um, so how we gonna play this tonight, man? We got like a double topic. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I'm on, and it's something that Gotti is on. So how we gonna play this tonight? We gonna go into with the black youth, black kids. You know what I'm saying? Black youth and how they getting this time. Um, like they getting sentenced like they man like wow, these numbers is crazy with the time that's given out to these kids. And then we're gonna talk about how Trump just signed these executive orders on um, uh, the funding for Section 8. Uh, Mo, help me out. Section 8 is
Wait,
they trying
wait.
to cut Section 8 is trying to cut what else?
Medicaid,
Yeah, you know. So
kid, Head Start for the kids. All um, the main thing that I want to talk about is the segregation. He signed the executive order for segregation. So you know, I say about 60 years ago, they used to have like you know whites only, blacks only. You couldn't drink out of certain water fountains, go in certain restrooms or what have you. So now, if we go to an establishment now and they don't want you in there, you can't go in there. That's the law.
hmm,
You know, if they don't want you in certain schools, they don't have to take you. That's the law. So but I understand a lot of people don't really care about that because they wanted segregation anyway. So certain blacks wanted segregation because they want to, build their own community. Then you got certain whites, they glad it's segregation again, So, but then you got certain whites didn't want that. You got certain blacks didn't want that because the way the money circulates. So, when you have segregation, money only can go so far. Yes, you can build your Black Wall Street like they did back in the day in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but money only can travel so far when you have segregation. See, a lot of people don't really understand how money works. You know, you're when you're dealing with all different types of people and you're dealing business with all different races, you know, money can grow farther than what it could do if we were if everybody just segregated. You know what I'm saying? If they wouldn't segregate.
So you're saying that if they spend together, we can
You
generate
make
more money.
I mean, if you come together, yes, you can generate money.
You can generate more money.
Not exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I'm saying that you saying that just okay with us being segregated.
If we're segregated, we only can
generate so
much money.
But if all races was together and spending, we can generate.
That's why
a lot of money.
And see, the thing is, I hope I didn't say it wrong, but the thing is, Black people spent more money than any other race in the United States, probably in the world. So that it could be a good thing for us, it can be a bad thing for us.
I think
so. Like I say, but people, Black businesses owners, they deal with other race of people. So if you're, if what's going on now, you're only gonna deal with people allow you to deal with them. Now I'm not saying you're gonna have white business owners out there not gonna deal with Black people, because some still are.
Yeah.
But a lot of them not. So
well,
it's just some weird stuff going on in the United States right now. And
it is. And it's definitely like it's definitely disturbing. You know what I'm saying? I definitely give you that. By no way am I like the problem solver. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
But I
just like you was asking me earlier, you know what I'm saying, before we came on, you said, how come you not upset like me? And I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you before, I can't get upset the same way because I understand a strategic move. I'm not saying I agree with the moves that our president is making right now, but I understand strategically what he's doing. You feel what I'm saying? And with that, you know what I'm saying? With that, and with his bluntness on letting us know, us minorities know that, you know what I'm saying, whatever he's doing is not benefiting us.
Nobody.
It's benefiting
it's only benefiting the rich.
The rich. But that's my thing. So it's like when he told us that, he said those words.
But what I'm saying, okay, see, when you say he told us that.
Yeah, he told us that.
So just say, if somebody just say, when I get in charge, I'm gonna shut everything down. So what would make when he said that, I believed him.
Right.
When I read Project 2025, I believed it.
What's going on, Ernestine Portis? What's going on, family?
I believed it. You get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, how come so many people so naive to vote for this man?
What's going on,
knowing that he was going to do that?
See, because this is the thing. Just like how you said before, you said,
I'm saying, why prepare for something we could just stop it right then to keep from preparing for it?
That's true, but that's not how life works.
What I'm saying is, how come so many people were naive to not believe Project 2025 or allow this man to get back in office?
Because he was selling something that was more popular
what was
than
he?
somebody else selling.
I'm looking at.
I don't know what.
I'm looking at everything else. Everybody else was looking at. He couldn't sell me nothing.
Right, because you look at him in a different view than someone else. See, like that's the thing. A lot of the reasons why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things I think coming from you can't be interpreted the way that you want it to be is because you're just looking at it strictly from your perspective. And you're not looking at it any other way. That's just the way I
okay.
But if you look at it from,
is anybody in your family I know in my family, I got people who get Medicaid,
I do.
Medicare.
I do.
I got people in my family get fund. You know, they get
Right.
federal aid from the government.
Right. Right.
So what I'm saying is, people didn't think about all that. They only thing they were thinking about, oh, Trump. He's a business. He's gonna give us a stimulus. He's gonna do this. Man, get the hell out of here with all that. Like I said, people don't even they didn't do their research, man.
What's going on, Cornelius?
They didn't do their research, dog.
Hold on. Thunderberg said we spend money, but he said what he say, big dog? He said we spend money, but what?
We don't invest.
But we don't invest. And that's true. That's why you can say black people spend the most money, because that's exactly what we do. We spend it. But
hey, hold on, Scott. How you gonna tell me
what's going on, Scott?
What?
And we are talking about Trump.
Yeah, tell me how I didn't do my research. Tell me, sit here and tell me I didn't read Project 2025. Because I did. Hey Scott, it was some people, please be honest with it. One people saying you're the stimulus. We're gonna get a stimulus.
I mean, a lot of people are saying a lot of people said that, but people voted for Trump, man, because like I said, he sold something that was different to what anybody else sold. Like I said, every other politician has been a politician. You feel what I'm saying? What Trump did, like I said, when Trump won his first office and he was on his last presidential debate with Hillary Clinton, and he told the world, telling Hillary Clinton, don't get mad at me because I didn't get caught not turning in my taxes. He said that on national TV. The world heard this man say, don't get mad because you got caught and I didn't. So what I'm saying, so what I'm saying is this: if you've been watching politics your whole entire life, right? And this is just on strictly why he got voted in. Okay, I'm not going no further than that.
I'm gonna cut y'all off. But Scott said, "Ain't nobody worried about no stimulus check."
I saw it,
and then she came back and said, "Oh yes, Trump." I'm just reading because she got about 5 of them up there.
Okay.
And then she said, "What didn't you like about it, sir?"
What I don't like about Trump?
Hold on, let me read all of them. And then she said, and then I'll let you take up. Then she said, "People gonna talk about a stimulus no matter who the president is." And then she said, "And you know, Kamala would not have been a better candidate."
What?
Hold up, let me finish. She got 2 more. Then she said, "He got his own money. He ain't got to pander to the lobbyists and owe them motherfuckers no favors when he got in office." And then the last one, she said, I got time today.
First of all, Miss Scott.
So y'all got it.
First of all, this man is dealing with, he's doing away with the Department of Education. He damn near got rid of the IRS. He's meddling with Medicaid, Medicare, Kids Head Start. Also, they're trying to do cuts on the VA. Man, all this is just crazy, man. Why mess with the VA? Why mess with the Kids Head Start? Why mess with people who get like assistance with like they getting like like Habitat.
Yeah, right.
People,
all the public funding.
People who living on Section 8. Why? Some people need that.
They do.
I understand. I understand. Some people abuse it, Scott, but some people need that.
That's true.
Can y'all see the comment? She said something else.
What year did the Department of Education come into play? I don't know that. That's a good ass question.
Y'all got one more funny bird.
Okay.
Hey, Scott. It probably came into play right after the Civil War. I'm not sure what year though.
I can say that too, Thunderbird. They wasn't ready for a woman president. I mean, because even when we had the best candidate for a woman, which was Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see what Scott's saying. I didn't mean to cut y'all.
Go ahead.
Scott's saying like we got our own. Okay, people got to understand how money works. Money works in a circle. It works in a circle. So if let me, I can't see that. Let me see. She's saying something about. She said he got his own money. He ain't got a penny to. Oh, you already read that one.
Yeah.
They popping
What's
up-
going on, cuz?
they popping up like crazy.
Miss Rhonda Wright. What's going on, family?
You catch up with your messages, Marika. I can't read it.
Yeah, I know.
They popping up real fast.
Yeah, I know they are.
I'm talking about they coming in. Tamika Granger for the whole thing.
Yeah, I see Tamika.
What's going on, Miss Green?
They try to catch them one by one if you can.
So Scott, you said we spend billions on the Department of Education for what? So for our kids. The way let me tell you this right here, Scott. A lot of people working 2 and 3 jobs. They're working jobs. People don't have time. Like people saying they can educate their kids. A lot of people they can't home educate their kids. They gotta work.
Hey, you know, Tamika just made a good point. And that's what I've been telling you though, too. But at the same time, though, like I said, you look at it from such.
Hold on. No, read what Tamika just said. Now,
I did.
I'm about to tell both of y'all something.
I did. She just said that the Congress won't just let him just do whatever he won't. That's why they sent some of them federal workers back
Yeah, excuse me for once. I got it crazy.
to work. You feel what I'm saying? But the whole thing is this. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've told Gotti this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you may think that just because he signed these executive orders that they just gonna just fall through. That's not what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter just because he's the president and he's just trying to throw his weight around. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how it works, and that's how it's not ever gonna work. You feel me? You're gonna have to go through the same channels that everyone else did. And just because you control the House and the Senate does not mean that everything that you're trying to do is gonna pass. You got to understand that all the Republicans are not with this man. They may carry the House and the Senate, but everybody in that Republican Party is not with Trump. So all that stuff that he's trying to do is just not going to just fall through. You know what I'm saying? Hey, cuz, what's going on? Sherry, what's going on with you, baby? Thank you for tuning in. You feel me? But
did y'all know
but
what Trump just did?
man, Trump can try to do.
No, he just got away. Let me tell you something, man. This man is above the law, y'all.
Man, he's not.
This man just told the judge told him a federal judge
Mhm.
told him that he cannot send those people back to El Salvador. The judge told him that. He still sent him down there.
Hey, bro, listen. Tamika just said this right here, and this is where I'm gonna leave it alone.
Anything.
Listen,
Hold on. But let me say this. And then he
see
said,
that right there. She said Pentagon. Her cousin works at the Pentagon. So I'm gonna let.
one of my partners on here used to work at the Pentagon. So
Okay, well, you know what? Then we should get him on here. Let me hear what his views is, and let me. And Tamika, you know, let me hear from your cousin that worked there too, because I feel like this, and this is just me. When it comes to politics, and we talking to Gotti is just one track. The way he see it is just the way he see it, and I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But I am the type that, like, this is why I can't get upset with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're telling me that you're not going to do anything for me, I'm going to prepare myself to do without you.
Okay, Scott said black people were original Republicans. Yes, we were. But the party switched, Scott. The party switched.
She said
this is
no.
not the same. Yes, it did. This is not the same Republicans that we had back when Abraham Lincoln was president. It's not the same. It switched in the 60s.
Okay.
In the 60s, it switched. When when our what was it? Benny Lee Johnson. President. When he
I know what you're talking about.
when he signed that bill, a lot of those people that was Democrats went over to the Republican side.
Mhm.
I'm not brainwashed.
I'm about to say,
Yeah. So I can say you in the court then. Because most people that follow Trump is in the court.
in a cult.
Yes.
So they cult followers. If you follow Trump. Oh
No. Listen. Look, all those white supremacists,
Mhm.
Scott, got mad about the bill, about the civil rights bill he signed.
Cause y'all what? She said the party switched because y'all fell for
The okie doke.
the okie
A
doke.
cult, you know what a cult is, Scott. You know what that is. People that believe that this man is God.
Well, I just feel like this, and this is just my view.
Well,
you know, I do.
It ain't about hurting me right now, Scott. It's about people that's
being affected.
That's being affected. That's what hurt me.
I mean, I got you on that.
When people go to the doctor and they have older people, they're on Medicare, and then for some damn reason they can't be seen. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with these kids can't go to Head Start.
So let me ask you this right here, Mo, before you finish that. Let me ask you this.
Cause we gonna get old one day.
True. So
we gonna need stuff like that.
I got two questions for you. Maybe just one. This question. The first question. Do you think America is the greatest country in the world?
Man,
just keep it simple because I got another question.
Yes. Even though we have all this stuff.
No, hold on. You said yes. Hold on. Listen.
Yes, okay. I do. Not now because we got a president that want to be a king.
So my second question is to you this. Like you are upset about them cutting the benefits for the Medicaid and things like that. So what if we were more like Canada?
I know that.
So what if we were more like Canada instead of being our way where every citizen in Canada gets free healthcare?
Right. But you know what? You've been to Canada before because you don't live that far from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you've been there before. But in
no,
Canada,
I've never been there.
You've never been to Canada?
No, I've never been there.
I've been to Canada a couple of times. Cigarettes and alcohol up there is really, really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they tax that real high. That's why everybody able to get,
free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
But wouldn't that make sense though? I agree.
Wouldn't
you want to tax alcohol and you know what I'm saying, cigarettes and stuff?
Yeah, I agree.
Really high.
I agree with that.
I mean, so that's why I when I asked you that, even if Trump wasn't the president, I still think this is not the best country because you know what I'm saying, something that we should get for free. You know, Chinese people only get charged when they go to the hospital when they're healthy.
Right now,
they only get charged when they're going for a health checkup for them being healthy. They don't get charged for when they're sick.
Let me
Canada, China, you know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this right. Let me just say this. And I'm not upset about that. I'm just saying, countries that I have been to, America is the greatest country at this time. At that time when I visit other countries,
right?
America is the greatest country in the whole world.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Why was it the
greatest country because at that time? Let me tell you something. If you got all these immigrants trying to get here, what they tell you?
Their country's messed up.
This is the best country in the world.
Till they get here.
But not now. Not now.
See, okay, now.
Not now because not now.
You know, like when I was up in Ohio, right? And back in the 90s, when the Vietnamese people really start immigrating over, you feel what I'm saying? When they got here, they thought they had hit the jackpot. But then living here, they was like, man, this is the craziest shit I've ever been in.
Okay, Scott. Yes, you're absolutely right, Scott. Scott. No, they're not trying to get her right now. But hey, Tamika, you're welcome to come on if you want to.
My cousin Sherry just said,
Yeah, if you want to come on, Tamika,
Yeah, tell us send me an email.
all you gotta do is send Bo your email. Send us your email.
Tell her put her email.
Put your email in, and you can come on.
my cousin Sherry said he has got his own people turning against him. The world is turning against him. It's going to be hard to stand on one leg by yourself.
Thunderbirds of the country is soft.
Prayers. Because you are absolutely correct. That's what I was just saying earlier about, even though that Trump has the Senate and the House, you know what I'm saying? He has people in the Senate and the House, which is all Republican, that don't even like the guy. You feel me? So again, a lot of the things that he's trying to do, I don't think is going to get, I'm not going to say I don't think, I know ain't going to go through, because you have to have the votes in the House.
Thunderbird said this country is soft.
It's
That's
soft.
why they're here.
It's soft in Thunderbird.
Well, I'm saying, but everybody was
It's
trying
soft.
to get here because this was the land of opportunity.
Yes, because we sold a dream until you get here. He thinks he's above everything. Gotti said the same thing, cuz. Gotti said the same thing. Gotti said that Trump think he's above the law. And you know what?
And he is above the law.
He does. Well, I'm not gonna say he is.
He's living. What president has gotten away with Trump gotten away with?
But that's what makes him but look, that's what I be trying to tell Mo. Just what he just said. Which president than ever? He's the first to ever do any of what he's doing. And that's what's making him so popular, because it's never been done before.
We're missing a lot of comments. Yeah, we missing a lot.
Hold on, I'm gonna get him. I got
Yeah.
you. Okay, you guys, look, let me catch up on the comments. What's going on, Jill? Wait a minute. Let me
Go back down. So
how many? Okay, I'm gonna start from where Tamika says I wish we were on Zoom.
I told her to send her email.
I'm on Red Note, and guess what? What, Scott? What does that mean? You on Red Note, baby? And Thunderberg said this country is soft. That's why they're here. Tamika said it's not. Scott said these MFs been told that each household have a medium income of over 100,000. They preach propaganda to these other countries, and then they think it's sweet, and it ain't. Jill Scott is watching. Thunderberg said they're not going to vote against him, because if they do, they will be out. I mean,
you're right about that.
I mean, yeah. Hill don't say that. That's what Tamika Green said. Boy, all them MFs dirty. That's true. All politicians been dirty. Tamika said he has gotten away with he hasn't gotten away with anything. Oh shit. Oh, my bad.
What I'm trying to say.
I missed out on the last guy. Hey, what was that last comment?
If Barack Obama.
What do you mean all the politicians be having scandals? He's just an asshole in your face.
That's true. That's what I've always said about Trump. Trump is a cameraman. You know what I'm saying? I had one off of his thing for a second. I didn't mean to, but it had went off, and I had one back. But there it is.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say, like, man, look, it's crazy, but
okay, but Barack Obama, that was Scott said.
If Barack Obama have if he would have did what Trump has done since he's been there in office since January, he would have been impeached. He would have been impeached, Scott.
No, he is popular because what?
Barack Obama would have been impeached.
Thunderbird
said half of what Trump done. Man, for real.
Oh, the one thing, because the one thing
y'all want them MF fake F dressed up
is hate.
He's pretty.
Well, Thunderbird, this is my point right here, bro. This is my point. My whole point is this.
I ain't gonna read. I can't.
Let me read
repeat that, Scotty. No,
Oh.
we don't need to repeat that.
But my whole thing
Scotty
is
trying
this
to
from
get
the
us in
bird.
trouble.
He's doing and saying things.
Okay, let me.
No matter hold on. No matter even if it is hate speech or whatever, he's saying things in a manner to where people like us, the masses, like can understand what he's saying. He's not selling us no dream. He's
No,
telling
he
you
said,
exactly what it is.
No, Thunderbird said Obama just sold us dream. Sold all his dream. Sold y'all dream. Obama did. Let me tell you something. Obama, it's certain things that Obama couldn't do. But he couldn't get certain bills passed. Any bill that the difference is, y'all see how many executive orders Trump done signed since he's been in there?
Hurt blacks.
He has signed more executive orders.
He did,
Damn.
Miss Scott. I mean, Scotty Scott. He did sign a lot of bills that hurt us blacks.
Yes.
But this
Who
is the,
did? Well, who
but-
signed a lot of bills that hurt the blacks?
This-
Barack Obama?
Well, yeah. I mean, wait.
No, Trump.
Is that what she's saying? Who signed the bills that hurt the blacks? Was it Obama or was it Trump?
It surely wasn't Obama.
Yeah, because I don't think Obama was trying to hurt us.
No.
I agree with you on that, bro. I don't think he was trying to hurt us, man. But I can tell you this, though. You know what I'm saying? I loved when Barack Obama was in office, man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, again, the way I live my life.
So Thunderbird, you didn't think Obama was a good president? I know.
I mean, I think he was okay.
Let me tell y'all something.
I think he was okay.
He was the smartest president we ever had.
But this is what I'm saying, though.
And then our economy was great. Our economy was good. Hell, Biden had our economy good.
Okay, let me ask you this right here. When Trump was in office the first time, was you working?
Was I working?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you held your job the whole 4 years that he was in office, his first term.
Yes, I worked doing Barack Obama and Trump.
Okay, but my point being is this right here. I'm asking you this, or
Trump,
I'm saying this is this.
At the end, when I'm gonna tell you something. This is Trump when he first got in the office. He had to feel his way out.
It is.
We missing a lot of people. When Trump first got in office, he had to. What's up, Tanisha? He had to feel his way out.
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember when Trump, the first thing he did when he was first in office?
What did he do?
He got rid of affirmative action.
Okay.
That's the first. When he did that, he couldn't compete. He couldn't complete his job. He had to win another term to do what he's doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But he lost.
Okay.
So when he came back this time,
I see your comments, Scotty Scott. I'm gonna get to y'all.
when he came back this time to finish up what he started the first time he was in office.
But that's what most presidents do if they get 2
But
terms.
this man came in. Y'all got to realize
They always come in and finish what they started if they get 2 terms. But here's the deal. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. Cousin Sherry Porter said that it's really sad the other countries are laughing at us.
Exactly. Thank you, Sherry Porter.
It is.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It is. But here's the thing.
Thank you.
No one's saying that. My thing is, I'm not saying that with anything you're saying is wrong. I'm not saying that you're wrong about anything that you're saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong about.
Scott. The economy was when Trump got in office the first time, he destroyed the economy. Biden rebuilt it. It wasn't good because of Donald Trump. Please don't believe that.
Okay, so look, the reason why I was asking you what I was asking you, if you held your job down while you was working.
No, I'm not good with that. With taxpayers paying for free sex change. No, I'm not good. Like I said, I don't agree with everything that the Democrats did, but I agree with a lot more of what they're doing than what the Republicans doing right now. What they did, rather. Okay, Thunderbird said he don't agree with Trump, but this is what we have to deal with. You're right.
My point exactly. like I told Mo, instead of us crying instead of us crying about what Trump is in office doing, which, like Mo just said, if he got back into office to finish what he started, then how can we sit here and cry about what we knew that he was already going to do? We should have been preparing for it. That's all I've ever been saying. So we can't sit up here and just keep saying, oh, we mad about this and we mad about that. We should have been putting money together, starting organizations. We should have been doing something as a people to start, so we wouldn't have to be sitting back now saying, oh, we can't believe that Trump doing this. None of us.
No, I'm not saying I can't believe it. I knew he was going to do it.
So what did you do to prepare for it instead of sitting on here?
Do?
What do you mean? You could have got your money up. You could have been, you know what I'm saying? You could have been trying to start some type of corporation with your community to look out for your elderly people. You see how they got mobile meals and stuff or whatever back in the 70s? Wasn't they doing that themselves? The Black community was taking care of their elderly. They were making sure they were getting back and forth to the doctors. They were making sure that Scott, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. We're not doing that, and we didn't prepare for that. So how can we complain about what's going on?
I can't. I understand what you're saying, but they're just a bunch of could-have, would-have. You know what I'm saying?
So complaining about it is the exact same thing.
I'm saying we would have got off our butts.
That's what I'm voting.
We will be going through this.
It ain't just about
it's our fault.
It ain't just about the voting, because when we got out and voted the first time and Hillary Clinton won by a landslide, it was fixed. Al Gore. Wait. Al Gore was supposed to be president, but what happened when he ran up against Bush? They fixed it. So, bruh, when
we got so many comments, we don't miss.
Let me read some of these comments.
They're going.
Let me start at Thunderbird. Okay, we're gonna start back with transgender women, transgenders and women's sports. That's messed up. That's not okay.
Right.
You okay with Biden and Kamala letting all them MFs come into our country and get free benefits? I feel that too. That's what I mean. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I agree with, if they got to come in. I mean, if we being citizens here in the United States and we have to pay taxes and everything for benefits, then so do they. Absolutely. Scott said, when you're over here crying about some people need Section 8 and Medicaid, I feel that basically what she's saying is that while we talking about how our people was getting took off of, or how Trump is killing that, you got immigrants over here that's getting it for free. And she's saying that that's messed up. So while we looking at it like, damn, they cutting the benefits, what about the people that's over here getting it for free? I feel her on that. Miss Tamika said,
so what y'all trying? Well, go ahead.
Miss Tamika said, we are coming into another shutdown soon. Get your bit. Miss Tamika, I just said that. So just like now, with this comment right here, Thunderbird, I got you. Just like with that comment right there, when she said, get your business in order. That's what I mean. If we know that something is about to happen, aren't we supposed to prepare ourselves for it?
So how many people out there on this panel right now, how many people in the comment right now work for the government? Because right now they're attacking the government employees first, but they just signed another bill that all those people got to get their jobs back. So thank God. But
my boy Thunderbird. Oh, I'm sorry, Mo. Let me read these last 4. Thunderbird said, "I feel you. We didn't get ready for the future." Scotty Scott said, "Boy, why you crying about votes when gay marriages is what matters the most?"
I don't care nothing about all that. Just long our people get taken care. I don't care what. No, I don't care about nobody getting same sex getting married. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care about no sex change. That has nothing to do with me. All I care about is my people. What's going on affecting my people? You think so I want my people to suffer because I see somebody getting sex change? Man, come on.
Okay, I see what you said. Not gay marriages. My fault. I see what you're saying. But Tamika just said the same thing I was saying. She said, right. So that means so She said, right. So that means Trump has no power when it comes to that. Trump has no power when it comes to you pre-planning, planning, taking action on what you need to do. Just like if you know that your son or your daughter, hold on, man. So like if you know that your son and your daughter needs specific medicines or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to just rely on your one job to help you take care of them medicines. You know what I'm saying? To you know what I'm saying? Take care of that. You're gonna have different. So basically, what we're saying is you're going to prepare. You're going to do whatever it takes. You ain't gonna let the fact that Trump is in office or he's the president stop you from getting what you need to get done. That's what I'm saying. We sitting up here crying about, well, what he's doing and what he's doing and what he's doing. My brother, my people that's out here watching, what the hell is we crying about? We knew he was gonna do this. So instead of us talking about all these executive orders that he's signing or whatever, we knew that he was going to be trying to hurt us blacks, us minorities, not just blacks, but low income white people, Mexicans, Chinese, or whatever. If we knew this coming in,
nobody look when we first was talking about it.
What was Project 2025 about?
Everything, all the executive orders he signing,
and they are to hurt who?
Not only the black people, poor white people.
Poor white, exactly. So my point being is this. So if we knew that he had this Project 2025 coming out, and this was to hurt us minorities, not just us blacks, but anyone that's in the minority category.
You know what people said when I spoke on Project 2025?
We said
he can't do that. He's not going to do all that.
That's exactly what we said.
That's all I kept hearing.
You absolutely right.
And he's doing it.
You absolutely right. But my brother, what I'm saying to you again is this. You kept speaking on it. So for these last 3.5 years before Trump even got in office, you kept speaking on it. But what actions did you make? Any type of connections with any people to bring people together to help make a community, to help take care of these elderly people if Trump was to get into office and this Project 2025 was to come into play? That's my point. You keep looking at the fact that he got Project 2025 in play. Yes, we know that. We can't stop that. But what we can do is plan for something to help us get around this. And that's what we did not do. And that's what we need to do. Stop complaining about this man making these messed up or he's signing all these bills or whatever. What we need to do is take note that he's doing that and say, okay, well, he's signing this to go against us. Now, what can we do to counteract it? What can we do to go around that? We're not doing that. We sitting up here complaining about this man sitting up here doing this and doing that. Nah, man, we got to quit doing that. That part of the game is over with.
So Scott said, did you already get this?
What's that?
It said Trump ain't doing nothing to hurt nobody but freeloaders and lazy MFs. Hey, hold on now.
Scott, if you look at it in a way, yes and no, because he want more, because like the work, if you look at the numbers, yeah, a lot of more people can be working. Yeah, I get you on that. You know what I'm saying? He want more people to be working and make a way for yourself instead of letting the government take care of you. Okay, but at the same time, it's a lot of people that can't. They're not able bodies. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You got a lot of people that have special needs. You have a lot of veterans out here that just can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Right.
And that's why I can't go against what you saying, because I understand. But my thing is that we know that this is what he's doing. We got to start making a plan to start getting around this shit. Like, man, you know what?
So if one of my aunts needs some medicine, and their medicine costs $800 a night.
If me, you, Bo, your uncle, your son, your nieces, if we all can come in, guess what? We can get it tonight. We sure could. All of us could do it. But because that's coming together, we all coming together.
No,
we are coming together.
I'm not just saying that.
Okay.
what I'm saying is,
I see y'all. Yo, I'm sorry if we missing all y'all comments, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is a hot topic right now, and we got to get to the other topic too about the Black youth. But this has been hot, so we're gonna keep rolling with it for a little bit longer. And if you ride with us for a little bit longer, we're gonna get to the Black youth.
all I'm saying is, you got. I'm not gonna use my people for example. I'm
Okay.
just gonna use older people for example. Like I think my aunt's 72, 73, something like that. Okay, she get Medicaid.
Okay.
And she retired and stuff like that.
That's about
Okay. For instance, just say she didn't have the sons that she got.
okay. I see you, Miss Scott.
You heard me?
Uh-huh.
Just say my aunt didn't have the good sons that she got. They got her back on everything. You got some people out there in her age right now don't have nobody. What they gonna do?
Right.
I'm talking about the elderly people that don't have kids. They don't have family.
Yo, hold on. My bad. Tamika just dropped her email. She ready to come in. For sure. We got you. Just check your email in a couple seconds, Tamika. We're gonna send you another email back. So you can jump in.
But what about that? Though?
All right.
But what about that though? Hey, y'all make sure y'all like and share too.
Yeah, like and
we
share.
Need everybody like and share. Y'all share this live.
Funderburg said
and share, y'all.
Okay, y'all. Look, let me read some of these comments. Okay, shout out to Eric Jones, Stacy Lewis,
What's
and my
up,
auntie.
Eric?
And my auntie, they all on. Cousin Sherry Porter said, like Kendrick Lamar said, where is our 40 acres in the mule? I feel that. Miss Tamika said before she threw up her email, she said, have her Medicaid plan review. That's the thing.
Scott, why you keep saying that ain't got nothing to do with? Yes, it do.
Because no one.
Elon Musk. Come on, Scott.
Wait. They're not stopping disability. That's what Miss Scott said. They're not stopping disability. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Medicaid will screw you too. That's what Funderburg said. Scott said that happened before Trump. Scott also said that ain't got nothing to do with him. Read my comment above my email. I got you, baby. I got you. I'm reading it.
Excuse me. If he signed the executive order on that.
Hey, Key.
So you trying to tell me that don't have anything to do with him, Scott?
Well,
if him and Elon Musk want to do cuts on the VA, cuts on Medicaid, that you trying to tell me that don't have anything to do with them? Come on, Scott. Yes, it do.
Okay, hold on.
Stop taking up for this man.
Okay, hold on. Have her again, Miss Mika. I got you, baby. Have your Medicaid plan reviewed. That's the thing that they don't know what they qualify for because no one has looked at it maybe in years to be sure they get what they qualify for. I feel that we don't look at our plans. We just go with the flow. Like I said, welcome, Miss Key. What's going on, sweetheart? Miss Scott said Trump trying to give us our 40 acres in the mule, but y'all don't like anything he do because it's
so
Trump.
Scott, you actually believe it. It's just like these people believe about the 5,000.
She said what executive order bill? They can't. Miss Scott said he's cutting able-bodied people that are being lazy. And she keeps saying what executive order?
Scott, tell her. You want me to read all of them down to you, Scott? I get a phone and read all the executive orders Trump he has signed.
James going in office. James going in.
Come
Jackson just came in. What's going on, James?
What's up, fam?
She said you don't know.
Yes, oh my.
You gonna make this man jump into a whole different vibe.
He just signed one the other day. Yesterday, was it yesterday? The segregation. That's one of them. He signed the civil rights. He signed the executive order on our civil rights. You don't know about that neither, Scott? Come on, Scott.
He said, Funderburg said, man, if we came together like this,
come on, Scott. You
like
saying
his
what
fans did, he wouldn't be in office. And Scott said,
Exactly.
And then Scott said, no, the one that you saying that is taking Medicaid from old people. No, the one that you say
Congress is
that
fighting.
taking Medicaid.
They're fighting that right now. Elon Musk wanted to take. He wanted to go in.
Okay, so this
and do away with Medicaid and Medicare.
What's going on, baby?
And them are facts.
Tamika just said, did you send her email? Okay, go ahead and check your email, Tamika. But she said sign, but if Congress don't pass any of it, it don't pass. Who said that?
Red.
I didn't see it. I didn't see your comment, Real. Oh, Coach, you've been brainwashed by my wife working this.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
My wife working this, man. I've been trying to tell you the Democrats, he got a lover. You missing it. Oh wow. I didn't know he had no lover, bro. I didn't know.
Not real. Listen.
Hold on before you answer that. Ms. Green, did you get your email, Ms. Green? And brainwashed. Oh wow. He can sign as many orders as he wants. But it don't matter if they don't get passed. Basically, is what Tamika said. Details. Scott said that is a lie. They can't. Miss Scott said they can't. I mean, Miss Green said they can't. Miss Scott said he never said he was doing away with that. Trump's wife is a foreign. Oh, okay. Okay, Thunderbird. Now he's saying something. What's going on, cousin? Look at my cousin from Cali. Cali in the building, y'all. What's going on, cousin Renee? Renee, hold on. I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. Hold on, baby.
Nobody will never be able to make me side with that man.
Hold on. No one's trying to make you side with him, but they just want you to see things from both sides.
I'm not brainwashed. I just know the truth.
Hold on. Thunderbird said Trump's wife is a foreigner. His vice president's wife is a foreigner. Elon Musk is a foreigner, but he wanted to port all the foreigners.
Thank you, Thunderbird. Thank you so much. Thank you. And then he just got rid of it. He just sent a doctor back.
That's true though.
That benefited, like,
what's the name?
For our cancer research.
But just like Scott said though, that is rich people. You know what I'm saying? Rich people. You got to understand rich people, and then them the rich people that helped him get in the office though too. So you got to understand that. That's why like it's a give and take with it. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask y'all right now.
Y'all got less email to Tamika.
Y'all got less taxes coming out of y'all check right now. Nope. If anything, you're gonna get more taxes taken out because that tariff is gonna eat us up. Y'all better learn about tariffs now. Last time we did tariffs, we went into a depression, a Great Depression. Come on, y'all.
Cousin Renee, so what you think about this Trump and these executive orders that he's signing and everything? So that's just letting you know it's not just personal. I mean, listen, I can't say that it's not personal when it comes to them. I mean, I can say it's personal. I mean, it's a catch-22 with it because I look at it like this. Trump's wife has a social security number. Elon Musk's wife has it, and so does JD Vance's wife.
I don't even think Elon Musk married. He just got a lot of kids.
Well, they got social security numbers, and with that being said, you can be accounted for. If you can be accounted for in this country, you know what I'm saying, with the social security number, you good. You're good to go. If you don't have a social security number, sayonara.
Hey, so let me ask you.
Oh, you don't? She says she don't have the right setup to join.
She can,
hold on before you say that.
She can do it on her phone.
Can you do it off your phone, sweetheart?
Yeah, she can do it off her phone. That's all she
says she's not under the U.S. I'm not under the U.S. Constitution. I don't have the right setup to join. I'm not under the U.S. Constitution.
I never heard of it.
Me neither. Okay, that was. Imagine if you. She said, "Okay, hold on. I got you, Key. I got you, cuz. You want to read this one?" Alton McCoy just joined in.
What's up, Al?
She said something about her. I've never heard that. Tamika, baby, I don't know. Trump is going to be impeached. The MF think he is above the law. He is effing Elon and Putin. he f Elon Musk and Putin. He probably did. Me neither. I've never heard that before. But don't get yourself in trouble trying to join in, though, sweetheart. And Key said the tariff situation is going to hit America hard. We importing like crazy over here. A lot of this, she must be. Oh, she must be a sovereign citizen. They are not under the Constitution. Okay, I get it. She's a sovereign citizen. So okay.
What that mean?
She's not under the same laws as us. She don't, you know. You know how like no, because I don't want to be wrong when I say that shit. I'll just let her explain it. She can probably explain it better to us. Or Key, since you understand it too, you want to explain it what being a sovereign citizen is.
Well, Scott said, I ain't never heard of no shit like that.
Import. I got you.
What is it? Tamika said she can't get on because of some type of What's up, Allison? She said, go back on the comments. She said, I don't have the rights to join.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the same thing I be saying to y'all. Like, all thing she gotta do is just follow them. You know how they tell y'all to join in.
Hey,
right.
You know what?
Yeah.
Go back to that and just try to follow the prompts if you can.
Yeah.
But she said something about the Constitution, though, bro. That shit, I don't know. I don't want her to get in trouble trying to join. You feel me?
Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with no Constitution. All y'all gonna be in trouble. In case she already joined, we already got her on here. We just trying to get on the line.
Right.
She right there on the screen, her face, she's standing there, her pictures.
Okay. So, I don't mean to switch gears on y'all. You feel me? But what we gonna do is, we are going to switch gears a little bit.
I got your voice right here. Hold on. Hey, you go.
Oh, we got a voice on the Big Cap.
We got a call.
Hey, Big Cap telephone.
Big real coach. There you go.
What's up, Real?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Coach Rail, what's going on, big dog? Welcome to the Big Cat Podcasting on our live telephone. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you, man? And thanks for being the first one to call our Big Cap line.
No doubt.
For sure.
Look here. I've been knowing Coach Hill a long time.
Okay, now.
Coach, they got your brain wide, bro. I promise you.
I'm gonna tell you something. Real. I can't get down what's going on, Real. I cannot agree with this man. All the things that he's doing, the stock market and crashed the other day. It's just so much is going on, with this tariff shit and all that, man. That's not gonna work for us. It's not gonna work for us.
Okay, so I'm hearing the argument and feeling your pain, but I got a question for you and the Democrats that might feel the same way. Make me understand what the Democratic Party has done to help us besides.
Well, first of all, let me show you something.
Hold on, let me finish this question.
Oh, go ahead, Real. Go ahead, Real.
Finish the question, Real.
So what I was saying, make me understand what the Democratic Party has did to advance us, got us in the right direction, or be there for us, besides feed us unfiltered lies.
Okay.
And if you listen, let me finish. And if you really did your research, you would truly understand that when I say like you've been brainwashed, pretty much all of us have, because the motto was, if you was black, vote Democrat. But it was a clause in there. You got to accept everything that they give to you. And if you go back, like from the Democratic parties that were running, the ones they put out in front of us, bro, like they went no good. And that's real talk.
Let me say it. Hey, okay. let me show you how I do my research. Okay, number one, while Biden was in office, Biden appointed 64 black judges, federal judges.
He's going.
He's
back to
appointed.
time.
You know how many black judges Trump appointed when he was in there?
Okay, so
One.
I'm gonna let you finish. I want you to
Okay,
understand.
okay. And another thing, you know what our black farmers, our black farmers. Biden gave our black farmers $6.3 billion to help out the black farmers. And he also, and look at all the money, he gave more money, way more money than Trump to our HBCU black colleges. You know how much money Trump gave to our black colleges when he was in there? $280 million.
Hold on. We got Key said, I'm sorry, cuz 1 second, please. He said that he's going back to a time when America didn't import so much. And then my cousin Renee said that the Pope runs the White House.
The Pope.
The Pope. The Pope.
I-
The money.
I think the 1%ers trying to run the White House.
I think the money. That's what she's saying,
the-
basically.
Yeah, the 1%.
Coach, I'm with you. Not just them feeding us lies. You know what I'm saying?
Who effing cares? So let me ask y'all this. What has Trump done for us? The first time he was in office, what did Trump do for us?
Nothing. Not nothing. But here's my point with that.
Nothing at all.
Here's my point with that.
He's done nothing.
Name me one president.
What has
that
the
has
Republicans done for us?
nothing. But name me one president, Democrat or Republican, that has actually done something for the people that you can actually say that you can benefit from it.
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
Name me one, just one.
Man, I just named them. I just named a couple of things.
You said he imported 65 black judges, right? You said Biden did.
Okay, do y'all know why? So let me ask y'all, do y'all know why they put Trump in office?
HBCs are ran and owned by white folks, and they were named after white folks. Yes, do your research, brother. Do your research. If you've been doing your research,
it don't matter. That's majority of our black kids go to school at.
So why call it HBCU?
And they're not named
historical black.
And all the
college?
black colleges are not named after white people.
They're influenced by white people.
Not all of them.
Okay.
Come on, y'all.
She said he gave us stimulus checks. Don't go there with the stimulus checks, cuz you gonna have
Trump did not give us no stimulus check, y'all.
Hey, Sherry.
Trump did not give us no stimulus check.
Hold on.
Y'all
Scott said answer the what she say? Scott said
Answer the question, man.
answer the question.
What question? No, you answer my question. What has Trump done for you? What has he done for you?
Nothing.
Name one thing he done for you.
But I can't say that
Nothing.
But I can't name a president that has really done something for me that I can honestly say that I can walk out here and say that I benefited from that. You feel what I'm saying?
It's not. But see, that's.
If I can jump in.
Yep, you got it.
Like I said, Trump. So Coach has asked, what has Trump done for us? And starting to seal the border, bro. Like, do you know how much money the people get when they come across and it's illegal? Like, they just stepping across the boundary saying, I'm American now.
I'm sorry, can you say it one more time?
So, Coach said, what has Trump done? And I was saying that he's done what he's doing. He's trying to tighten up their border, because you got to understand, when they come across the border, bro, they get so many benefits. I was standing in line. This is a true story. I was standing in line behind a Mexican immigrant that a food stamp called EBT card.
Right.
When he paid for his food, the young lady, when I stepped up next, I just had like $24 worth of stuff, and she was looking irritated, and I was like, what's up? Like, sis, why you looking like that? She was like, bro, he had enough money on his food stamp card, EBT card, to pay for you and everybody in this line. He had like a couple of $1,000s on the card, and he was illegal. And Biden allowed that to happen, and Trump is stopping it. Like, you got to understand that all the money they've been wasting is coming to a head, and they calling it out. And you wonder why your taxes is so high. Your taxes is high because they letting all this foul shit go on. You got to dig that. The Democrats been trying to hide this shit from us for years because they've been getting paid off of it. You dig? So when you say Trump don't need no money, you right. He don't need none. So and Elon Musk, they don't need the money. So guess what? They gonna shake that shit up, bro, and stop all that illegal bullshit.
There you go.
Y'all know
Preach.
what let me tell you something. I understand what you just said, real. My thing is, see, you're right. Elon Musk don't need the money, Trump don't need the money. It's all about power. It's all about the 1%ers. We just gonna get real with this right quick. They want two class of people. They want rich, they want poor. It ain't about me and you. It ain't about none of us on here unless we billionaires.
Text me.
You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, only thing this is not gonna benefit me. I'm gonna tell you why it's not gonna benefit me or you or anybody on this panel. He's lowering the taxes on the billionaires, on the rich guys. He's not gonna lower the taxes on us. The board, I'm gonna tell you something. Then when he came in and said that the immigrants are taking black jobs, what jobs did the immigrants take from us? How many black people you know out there working out there in the fields in California picking grapes and oranges?
Hold on, I gotta stop you there, bro. You gotta be 100. You gonna tell me that when you ride by work sites and landscaping, bro, you know we doing that first.
We've been doing it.
But
yeah, so when you
so the immigrants took that from us?
Yeah, because they do it cheaper.
Yes.
If they do it cheaper, they taking our factory jobs, all of that.
How many black guys do we know? If they tell us right now we need some black guys to come out here in the fields and do this work,
I can name you 5.
I can't name none.
Yo, I can name you about 10, especially if they hurting.
And to me, that was an insult telling me that they're taking the black jobs. They're taking the jobs that we don't want. We don't want them jobs.
We may not want them, but we sure work them.
Yeah, we try to survive.
That's see, Coach. Let me get to Mo real quick for you, real quick. That's what I'll be talking about when I say Mo be looking at things just in the way that he looks at it. Because if you're looking at things from the average working man every day, just like you get up and do what you got to do because you have to survive. You don't give a damn that Trump is in office. You didn't care that Biden was in office. You didn't care. You didn't care that Obama was in office, Bush, or whoever the case may be. The fact of the matter is that it didn't matter who was in office. You still got up off your butt every day, and you took your butt to work because it was about surviving. It wasn't about who was in office and what moves he was making. So you made sure that your household.
Why did he say black jobs?
It doesn't make a difference if you say black jobs. If you say
they're taking your black job, they're taking your black jobs. The immigrants, black people. They're taking your black job. That was an insult. I felt insulted when he said that.
You know what, Coach? I'm gonna give you something real.
Go ahead.
You sensitive.
Say it again. Say it again.
He's sensitive.
And
you listen to that wordplay. Let me give it to you for real. So go back to the pandemic. Let's go back there.
Obama never said that, Scotty Scott.
Listen to me. When it first jumped off the pandemic in 2020, right? We were cutting grass, bro. Black people were cutting grass because of the Mexicans. So let's say black people were cutting grass for $15, right? When the Mexicans was in the country illegal, they band together. That's something we don't do.
I agree.
Hey. So let me finish my point.
Yep.
They said, you know what? You pay him 15, I take 10. That's how they took all the black jobs, bro.
Thank you.
This is about business. in politics.
Thank
money,
you.
is
Thank
if you
you.
go through this with your heart, bro, you're gonna be stuck.
And that's why I keep saying that my brother keep looking at things personally, and he's not looking at it from a standpoint like, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask y'all this right. So y'all agree with all this
No, we
executive
don't.
orders that he's signing?
No, no
so do
one-
y'all actually do y'all agree with all this?
He
I don't agree with it, but that's what it is.
ex-
What you gotta do, you gotta be a Marine, dog.
ex-
You gotta
thank you.
what it is, I think it's adapt, accept, and adjust.
Is adapt, adjust, and adapt, adjust. But it's something like that. I know what you're talking about. But I've been saying that instead of us complaining about what this man
Why
doing,
so many people have lost their jobs? Is that fair? These people that lost their jobs, that I hear they're getting them back, but is that fair?
no, it's not fair. But before you make that comment, Key, hold on, let me get Key's comment. We getting comments coming in left and right, y'all. I'm sorry if we can't get to them how we normally do. Cousin Renee said the president is selected, not elected, and Key said they're trying to figure how to re-brainwash Black America that those were our jobs. The new generation.
Thank you, Key. Thank you.
She said the new generation is not brainwashed like the older generation.
Key. Exactly.
So
exactly.
Hold on. So basically, what she's saying is, in both ways, she's taking your point and she's taking Coach's point. She's saying basically, look, you can't like you looking at it in the older people generation's way.
No, I'm not. I'm looking
Yes,
at it.
you are.
I'm looking at our kids. So you think
This is
our
the
kids?
older generation.
No,
the
our
way that you
kids-
talking about it, the
No,
way that
our
you
kids-
explaining it.
Our kid, I'm not looking at the older generation. Our kids would not get out of no fields and work and pull no grape.
Because that's the new generation.
That's what I'm talking
The
about.
new generation, like she
Our
said.
granddaddies and so they may have done it, but we're not gonna do that.
But that's what she's saying.
I'm not gonna get on no field and pull no damn oranges.
But the way that you're looking at it, the way that you're coming at it, that is the older people way. The way that Coach on the phone, the way that I'm looking at it, this is the reason why we can't get upset the way that you are.
I'm not upset. What I'm trying to tell you is how many. Look, we got to be honest with ourselves. Nobody I know don't do some of those jobs that the immigrants were doing. Let's be honest. Maybe some, maybe we're cutting grass or whatever, but most of our people don't do those type of jobs.
So you saying that Black people was not prospering big?
You gotta be kidding.
No,
Hey,
I'm saying
it was
some of
lawn
those
care
jobs.
services by Black people everywhere.
So
You better get
the immigrants out there in the fields pulling oranges and grapes and all the other stuff out there in the fields.
Hey, you know what? Hold on. Let me stop you. Let me stop you right there.
Some of these people are working
Key
in a
just said, Key, you know what? If I could have you on here right now, because this is what I said. This is what I've been saying. This is what Key just said. Key just said, how many Black Americans?
Tamika, but you still have people out. I have seen people out there in the fields working in the California area. Those immigrants be out there with the oranges, with all kind of vegetables out there working in the fields. I have seen it.
Coach, both coaches, since both of y'all was coaches, check out what Key said, man. This is so important because it's real. Because this is what we're doing. We're arguing about this, that, and the other, right? But this is what Key just said. Key said, how many Black Americans are prepared for the next phase of this?
Be quiet for what?
That's where our focus needs to be.
facts.
Say it again.
She said, how many Black Americans are prepared for the next phase of this? That's where our focus needs to be. This is what I've been saying. Instead of us complaining about what's going on, about Trump signing all these executive orders, this, that, and the other, we knew he was going to be doing that. He already said that.
So y'all don't
just
think...
like, hold on, Mo. So just like he said, our focus needs to be on what are we going to be? What are we prepared to do?
So y'all, Okay.
Agree.
And that's what we need
Okay,
to
I
be
agree with
focusing
that. I
on.
agree with
What
that
are
also.
we? What? So
We all agree on that.
So instead of us complaining about this, let's stop. Let's stop this right now, and let's start putting plans together on what we can do to help get to the next phase, so we won't be behind. Like I said, from the time Trump
Tamika's
started,
right.
from
Trump
the
is a
time
distraction. Yeah, you're right, Tamika.
from the time Trump started putting that 2025 plan together, when Biden first took office, he already was 4 years ahead of us because he had a 4-year plan put together that we had hints about, or whatever the case may be. But in most but in the way Mo was saying it, Mo been preaching. He got this Project 2025 coming out, but instead of preaching that, which I'm not saying that was wrong to do, what I'm saying, what you should have been preaching is we need to come together.
Nobody believed
Because
it.
he had a Project 20. That ain't stopping you.
Nobody believed it.
But that didn't stop you from, listen, we got a podcast going on right now, right? Me and you, we got Big Cat podcast going on right now, right? You've been doing Bo longer than me, and y'all already have been doing podcasts. So for the 3.5 years that you've been preaching to us about there's a Project 2025 coming out, that Trump has this thing coming out, you could have been doing the podcast. This is what I'm saying about what could have been done on preparing for this that's coming. That's what we're going through right now. You could have been on that podcast preaching this. All the followers you have on your page, they would have been listening. They would have been listening. So you could have been doing your part, but you didn't do that.
I always post about Project 2025.
No. I'm not saying post. I said podcast. Get on here. How your feelings is right now. How you're passionate about this subject right now. If you would have did a podcast about this 3.5 years ago, getting us prepared for this, guess what, Bo? You got over 2,000 followers on TikTok. Guess what? You would have had 2,000 people, you know what I'm saying, helping you put a plan together. But instead of you doing that, what we have right now is we have a man that's passionate about this. Do not get me wrong.
See, Scott, come on, Scott.
But at the same,
let me just straighten Scott out right quick. Scott, Trump did.
I'm sorry, Coach. My bad, big dog.
Trump didn't say he didn't know anything about Project 2025. But all of a sudden, he signed all the executive orders that's coming out of Project 2025. Come on, Scott. Come on.
Man, Coach, when I tell you, like, man, you gotta pay attention to you, bro.
There you go.
He told you he was gonna do this shit.
He told us.
No, Scott just said he don't know anything about. Look.
See, hey, cousin Renee said they scared because black folks waking up. Key also said we are the new species to them. We have a new mindset. They don't know how to capitalize off of it. The 2025 plan is their new brainwashing. The 2025 plan is their new brainwashing. They want to introduce to our young. See, we stopped watching and idolizing the music videos and know we are trying to own businesses to make the money. That's why the new generation cannot be brainwashed. This is why the new generation, hold on, listen to me now, Mo. This is why the new generation is not upset or not as passionate about this as you are, because no matter what's going on in that White House, no matter what's going on in Washington, D.C., guess what they're doing? Their mindset's on, man, forget that. If Trump gonna drop a bag or whoever dropped the bag, if they gonna give us if they giving us free money, they gonna take that free money and they gonna capitalize off of it like they did with the last PPP or the last stimulus or whatever they
forget about the stimulus, forget about the PP, all that. Forget about it because he didn't do it.
Go ahead,
Trump
Coach.
did not give us no stimulus check. I need everyone to understand that Trump did not give you no stimulus check. He just put his name on it.
Go ahead, Coach.
Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama and them in Congress, they got it together. And they fought so the people can get those stimulus checks.
Go ahead.
And Trump said he was not going to release them unless his name was on it. Now do your research. Y'all do your research.
So you can't. Go ahead. Go ahead, Coach.
Listen, we here, Coach, here. Listen, they gave us some $1,400 or however much it was, and they put them PPP loans out there, all up on the Biden administration for you niggas to bite. And look how many black folks bit. and I'm gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Hey,
Oh,
hold on. Before you
you're
go,
right.
hold
No,
on.
you're right about
Hey,
that. Now.
hey, and you want to know something else, though,
When
Coach?
you're right. You're
Hold
right.
on, Coach. And you know something else, though, too? And you want to know something else, though, too? With that being said,
But
and
you
just
got a lot
like
of. But you got a lot of people think that Trump put the PP loan, or I had money, or I got so much money. We had so much money in the hood
No,
when Trump was. I hear so many people saying that. Real. I'm telling you. I see a lot of people.
Them the ones who don't really know what's going on, bro. That shit was already in effect up under Biden.
It was before Biden.
under Obama. That's true.
Not stimulus.
No, not the, no. The stimulus and the people. They were setting up. Barack Obama told Trump. He said, "Look, it's gonna be a big pandemic gonna hit. So you got to prepare for it." Trump didn't listen to him.
Hold on, let me stop you there. How he knew that?
See what I'm saying?
Hey, Real. No, Real. No. Now, some of the things you're saying now, I'm with you. I'm not gonna sit up here and just disagree with everything you're saying, because you just said two things that I agree with. Now, I'm with you when I know you're right. And you're absolutely right.
But what
And we
made,
know, and that's another topic. We can talk about that another time, but I know where you're going with that.
all right, y'all, listen.
But we on the same page with that, Real.
Hey, look, we gotta switch gears on this subject, y'all, because we be on this mug all night. We have to switch gears. We gotta talk about this black youth, and the time that they're catching for these petty cases and things like that. The guidance that we're not giving them, that they're turning their heads to. What can we do, black people?
Stay online, Real.
Yeah, Real, stay online, please, if you can.
Listen, I'm in here. I love what y'all doing. Y'all
Thank
keep
you.
doing.
Thank you.
Big Bo told me about it. He tapped me in, and I'm digging it, bro. Like,
Man, we appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Real.
I'm in to do what I can to help support it. But y'all on something, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it, man, because this is what we like to do, man. Keep it real, get it out. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, and for everybody that's watching, me and Mo don't argue. You feel what I'm saying? We just agree to disagree. This is what we do on the show, man. We both passionate about,
and we do it off the show.
Off the show. Yeah, we listen, man. This is what we do.
We always.
But this is my brother right here, man. I love this guy to death, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, he made this possible for me to be on here, and he made this possible for us. He made the Big Cat possible, man. So I just want everyone to know that, you know what I'm saying, coming from the heart, but this is my guy. It don't matter what topic we on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We hey man, we rocking out. So it ain't never no riff-raffs because we
hey,
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying, disagree or whatever. But
say hello, Real. Coach Real, she said hello.
That's what our people gotta learn, bro. Like we can talk about subjects and different life situations, whatever, and learn to agree and disagree without killing each other, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I love it. Y'all starting the trend, bro.
Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? We really like that's one thing about me. You know, I'm very intellectual, man. I like to talk. I like to hold conversations, and this is one of the reasons why I think Mo got me on here. We got another call coming in, man. We're gonna merge some calls in.
Let's do it.
So hold on, we're gonna merge this call. Hold on one second. Hold up. Hold on 1 second, big dog. But we got another call coming in.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, don't put that on there. No.
Oh.
What's the number on?
I don't know. Hey, go back. Hey, yo, my bad. Hey, Porter's over here.
Oh, that was good. That was greasy.
That was, see, man, you made me miss
Oh, my bad.
See, I was about to merge the calls
Let me
in.
get greasy in now. Hold on.
Try to get them both in there.
Real.
My bad, real. If I hung up, my bad, bro. Just call right back.
That was greasy, real. I didn't know who that
My
was.
bad. For sure, y'all. But
Scott, tell me I ain't gonna let nobody get a word in.
Hold on 1 second.
Scott, come on, Scott.
y'all, but with these kids, y'all, what can we do to help better these kids' minds?
They ain't gonna hump for it.
how can we get these kids? How can we get our kids back, man? I mean, like, how can we get these kids from being on this wild, thugged out um lifestyle, man, and get them to
I'm gonna tell y'all this right here now. I do know this. With all this stuff that's going on with the government
Huh?
and with their
no one's on hold. We got
when they're pardoning, you know, they're supposed to be pardoning the guy that shot George Floyd.
yeah.
And I guess they're saying certain things to get people riled up. But I like what our young people are doing right now. Our young people
Are
they're
standing
not
up.
they're not paying it no mind. Nobody's not trying to do anything. You know, we're not protesting. We're not out here marching. We're just sitting back, just watching, seeing what's going on. So our young people, we got to give them a little credit now. They are, you know, waking up. They are waking up a little bit. We still got some things going on, but we got a lot of young people waking up. Cause I sit back and hear them talk.
I sit back and watch them too, but you know, like, you know, on certain situations, they are being picky on what they want to jump out there on and what they don't. You know what I'm saying? I look at it as like, though, man, like, I don't believe that we sit down with these kids enough and give them the proper education. It was like it was like how you were saying, we don't sit back enough with these kids nowadays and let them know where they come from.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
and that's the main issue that we have. That's the main issue.
We see both of y'all on. Y'all can chime in at any time too. Rail and T.
That's the main issue that we have. You know, the main issue is that our kids don't know our background. We've been lied to about our history. We've been lied to.
You on, big dog?
No, you on right now, big dog. You on live. We can hear you.
You on, T?
Yeah, we can definitely hear you, bro. I got you into the mic.
I just want to say this right here.
Yes.
And Rare, hear me out on this right here. I just want to say we've been lied to about our history. We've been lied to that we came over here on the boats from Africa.
That's not a lot of folks.
No, we had some Africans come over here, but most of us we was already here. Number one.
And that's what I'm telling you about wordplay. You got to understand. So let's just say,
all power to the people, cuz. I hear you, big dog.
Go ahead, Real.
So Coach, that's what I'm telling you about wordplay. So maybe some of your when you did lineage, we were here, but when you get to digging, you'll find out that certain family members were born here.
Right, exactly.
So that's from like they playing mind games, bro. And we gotta understand that when they say you weren't born here, you ain't from America, you're right. But my grandmother is.
Thank you. Exactly. You're absolutely right, Tamika.
That's what I'm saying. So instead of getting into a lip battle and who owns the country, because the same person that asked you that, if they dig into their lineage, they probably weren't born here or came from it.
Let me say this right here, Real. And this is when we really just know the truth about what's going on. Okay, you can ask any black person on this panel to ask their grandmother, ask an elderly person in their family. Is anybody not his great granddad or whoever ever came from Africa? And they're gonna tell you, no, but my granddad and my grandmother or your great grandmother was Indian. That's all you hear. You never hear about the African part. And I'm trying to figure out why we never hear about our African descendants, our African ancestors that came. Like they would know something.
I can't believe you can't get like what the hell is going on? So let me just say it like this. I'm gonna speak the truth. Let's just say it was black people. And I don't want that, you know, I ain't trying to mess up your algorithm.
I got you.
understand if the road is here, and if you were really trying to control something and build something for your people, would you let the other side know?
Hey,
You understand?
yeah, absolutely. I get that. That's why I said. So
Hold on. So that's why I'm saying it's important for every person that's of color to go back and dig and understand what is happening to us and our people. And if we did that, I do not believe that we would be just tripping on the what we done. Because why not? You're not my enemy. But you gotta remember, we're gonna wind it up a little bit, rewind it back.
Tamika said that what her daddy did. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Like, how can you know where you're going
If you don't know where you from?
So
That's my whole point.
So, question: what are we lacking on with these kids then?
Like I said before, I said this once before.
Go ahead.
I said
in truth?
what I said before. If our kids knew their history, knew where they really came from, a lot of this killing and all this stuff going on, they wouldn't be doing. Right. See, other races, other ethnicities, they know their history. They know where they came from. That's why they're not doing what our kids are doing.
Talking about. You have to call back.
Like,
Yeah, I thought the terror's on.
He was on.
Exactly. Hold on, Corey. Thunderbird, you are absolutely right. If you tell an African you're from Africa, they'll jump on. Exactly. I've been told by. Let me tell you what happened to me when I was 19 years old. We used to wear those African bandanas, right? You remember those, Real?
absolutely, I want to.
I had on one of them one time, and it was a whole group of Africans wanted to jump on me because they said to take that. Nah, nobody called. They said take it off. They actually want to fight me because I had that on.
But coach, did you ever ask them why was that?
They said I wasn't a part of it. I asked. I said they said you're not part of the Zulu Nation.
Oh, that's the thing though.
You're not being any of those.
Zulu's like a gang, my nigga.
You gotta understand, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't understand where we come from and who we are. I don't care if it's Zulu or New York, Detroit, Chicago, all the big cities. Where did your lineage come from? And understand what your people had to do for you to do what you're doing. We failed, bro.
And we're failing now.
Yeah, we ain't told them. You know why? Because we got caught up. We was in the music industry, the flashy shit, big clothes,
right,
big car, houses. Bro, that shit don't mean nothing.
No, it don't mean anything. You're right about that.
It don't mean nothing, man. You can buy I don't know what Bugatti, but you can buy one, and it might be $3.2 million to buy the car. But when you drive it off the lot, it what's the word? Depreciates. It might be worth half of it, but nobody taught us that. We just want to shine because we do what we're doing.
Right. We are flashy.
Bro, because we've been brainwashed. I'm trying to get you to get it. And you know who did that to us? Our grandmothers. I love her to death. She gone. But our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, our mamas, because you know why? Because we want to fit in, bro. We trying to live the American dream.
Hey, Real, Tamika just said, she said she's a member of the Kawati tribe. I don't know if she's in she. I believe she's 100%. She's an Indian, right? She know where she from. She know where she come from.
She know the bullshit. She know this ain't like, bro, like this. I'm telling you, you got to do your research, my dog.
Right. No, I'm saying I always knew, but I just wasn't like, you know how you just look at these movies and they tell you we came over, you know, on ships. Okay, yeah, we did have some Africans come over. We did.
Everybody.
Say it again now.
Not everybody.
Not everybody, right? I said we had some Africans to come over on ships, but majority of us was already here.
Mhm.
We was here already, and it's been proven facts. Oh yeah, you can look at Tamika hair. Yeah, Tamika look like she's Native American. She you can look at her and tell. But yes, most of us are. You know, that's all you hear in your family. You never hear about the African side. You know, I never heard nobody in my family say, your great granddaddy came from Africa. Say, I never heard it.
What's going on, Monty? We see you on here.
Oh yeah, Scott, you got some pretty hair too. You got Indian in you also. No, seriously, you and Tamika both. Y'all got that pretty skin. Like you can look at both of y'all and tell that y'all are part Native American. You can tell.
Tamika said, "Can we bring her on?"
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
I thought she said she had somebody.
We're both gonna try to get you on, Tamika.
Hold on, let me get her.
Funderburg said, "Go on." Now. No, but seriously, Scott and Tamika, you can look at both of them and tell. I know them personally. You can look at them and tell that they have Native American, in them. You can see it. And all jokes aside, but you can see it. Scott said people be asking me, and I'll be like, shit, I don't know.
My fault.
Yeah, you just gotta do your research, Scott.
Oh, she better stay. Okay, she better stay. I got you to make it on.
Yeah. But all I can tell you, yeah, still,
Here, can you hear me?
Tamika, you in, baby?
I think so. Am I?
I can hear you vaguely.
Oh, you can. Let's see.
You hear me? Okay, what's going on? Now, who we got in there? Oh, okay, we got T. That's T, right?
Okay, what's happening, T?
All right, big dog, what's going on with you, man?
Tell Tamika to turn her volume up.
Tamika, if you can't turn your volume up
Scott
on your
said
phone,
she
baby.
good. Okay,
I did.
Everybody don't lie so they can hear Tamika.
Everybody online can hear except for us.
Y'all can hear it. I can hear it, brother.
I can hear it's
They
like
said
she like
they said they
vague.
can hear it good too.
It's like if we all be quiet, I can hear her. We are.
Scott.
I
Scott
did.
louder than us.
Wow.
They hear real good.
All right. Well, we trying to get your volume right over here.
I hear it on this phone right here though.
Can you put it up there?
Say something again, Tamika. I can't hear it now.
What about now?
Oh, Scott.
I did.
Louder than us. Yeah, but and I had asked you that. Oh, there she go.
No, that was off my phone. That was off my phone, y'all. I had to cut my phone down so
Can't hear me.
The reception here, but I might have to cut it up.
That might be what it is. We might have cut our phone.
What about
we
now?
should cut ours up.
I hear it now.
I hear you, but that's off of my phone.
Is it still like low?
Okay, now I hear you real good now, Tamika.
Tamika,
You hear me good?
Oh, we got you now.
We got you
Yeah.
now to me.
Yeah, you
Hey,
You got me here.
We got you. Hey, to me.
Hey. No, yeah, my dad, just go back to the part. My dad is over an Indian organization out of Tuskegee,
Right.
and it's a national recognized organization.
Okay.
We have to go to the Senate and get paperwork stamped and approved to be in this organization. My dad researched his dad's grandfather, which is I was saying it wrong, but he's Creek Indian.
Okay.
My mom's grandmother, wait a minute, my mama's great grandmother, they're Cherokee.
Okay.
So we actually have documentations of that also.
Right.
My grandmother them is from Seal, Alabama. Indians roamed all of this area around here. That's, it was taken from, and I found out there's some documents that one of my cousins just researched where it was showing where my grandmother's, the one that's the Indian, how land was taken from her, because of course they didn't have education to be able to like read and write. There was a
Right.
cousin who helped to understand a lot of things when it came to how to handle the land and all that stuff. Well, the white folk, when they knew his family member wasn't around, they came and gave my grandma, well, my great grandma, whatever, these documents. She didn't know what she was signing. And that's how they stripped the land from under her. But what we found out is that get the land back once the family member found out what had happened.
Right.
So we definitely have to know where we come from. Yeah, like I said, I've done the paperwork to get in this organization, and I had to actually present the paperwork from my grandmother's side to show that we are of the Cherokee descendant. Well, my granddad the Cherokee, my grandma Choctaw.
Okay.
But we do actually have that work. So yeah, I mean, it's some deep digging you have to do, but it can be done. And yeah, we are, we're tax exempt. Like taxes on my house, I have a Habitat home.
Right.
So we're at 0% interest rate anyway. So
Okay.
as far as taxes, all that stuff has been taken off my house. And that's why I go back here when we were talking about earlier about what Obama and all them did.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people knew back in 2014, Obama had given states so much money to help families that were losing their homes due to lack of work, being laid off, homes that had gone. No, I'm just saying this was at the time he was in office,
Right.
And this stuff took place before him, but when he was in office, this stuff came about. In Alabama, it was called Hardest Hit Alabama.
Oh, okay.
It was over the time. It probably been called, different things in different states. So in 2014, we received a letter, and it was called, like I said, the program was Hardest Hit Alabama. So you could do a loan modification, or either if you were falling behind in your payment, if you got approved, they would get you caught up for a year and you didn't have to pay any money back.
I
didn't want to do it at first. Yeah, I didn't want to do it at first because I knew the job I had, which I always been in hospice care, nursing field. So I made adequate amount of money. So the first time I signed up for the program, I got denied because they said I made adequate amount of money and I didn't miss a payment on my house. So I thank God for that. But 3 weeks later, from the counselor they had me set up with, gave me a call and she said, I don't think a lot of people even know about this program. She said, if we don't use this money, we'll lose it. So she said they want to open your file back up to help you with your house. I did a loan modification. They paid $30,000 towards the buyout price of my. They set me on a specific payment plan for a whole year. The principal on my house is only $224.
Right.
They put down to $124. I think I wouldn't even pay $300 a month on that
Wow.
program.
That's
After
amazing.
that year ended,
Mhm.
I signed a document that I didn't miss a payment. I was current each month. They asked if I wanted to take my principal back to 224 or leave it at the 124. I told them it didn't matter to me. So we came into COVID again in 2020.
Mhm.
Okay, this program came back again. I said, well, let me see if I can get approved again. Did the paperwork, got approved again, another $30,000 towards my house. So I thank God just for that. And one thing I did in the beginning, and like y'all say, we have to help each other. That's not something that we like to do a lot. But one thing I did, and this goes here, like he said, we have to get in motion to help each other. I went around to the local churches here in Phoenix City. I presented this information about hardest hit to the local churches here in Phoenix City.
Right.
There were a lot of families that had no idea of this program, just like the girl said, had no idea. So being able to get that information out there, I think somewhere maybe 30 to 40 families were able to get help. And, you know, just think about it. People have worked all their lives trying to have something for maybe their kids and their grandkids to come into after they leave here. And you don't want to see someone lose all of that because they couldn't, you know, work or they got laid off. So why let that go back to the system and then they want to do whatever they want to do with it? So you try to keep things within your family to help them, you know, if when that time comes.
Right.
So just, you know, like I said, me being able to put forth the effort, because any information I know can help somebody else. I don't care what it is. And then just like I said, as far as not want to go back to that, but like how we was talking about earlier about the Medicare, Medicaid and all that stuff. My mama be 69 this year. When she came into 65, I knew a little bit about Medicare, Medicaid, you know, things because I did insurance and things within a doctor's office. But we have to be an advocate for our older people to be sure they're getting what they need. And that's where you because even in my work, my line of work, I share that information with families because they be like, well, mama should be getting this, mama should be getting that. When the last time you had her information looked over? You know, just like I mentioned last time. But sometimes we have to be an advocate for other people because they don't. And I tell people, anything dealing with insurance and things like that, it's pretty much like the military. Don't ask, don't tell. But you gotta know your stuff, be able to maneuver through this world we in now.
Right.
But to jump the now how we talk about the kids, I can say times are much different now. I say raising kids than it was when we were coming up or when our kids were coming up. Because I just go back to, and I tell people all the time, it's important that you find a strong support system.
Right.
My boy is now 25, 24. I started them out in sports when they was 3 and 5 years old.
I remember.
That gave them an avenue to, you know, not be out there getting in trouble because we always stayed gone with football, baseball, basketball, whatever. I thank God for the men. Coach Red, one of them, Coach Hill, one of them, but there's many that God placed in our circle to help make sure these boys stayed on the right track. My oldest son, y'all, and I thank God, this is the best Mother's Day gift that I've received in my 43 years of living. My son is about to graduate, 25 years old, never gave me any problem, graduating from his third HBCU with a master's degree.
That's awesome.
There you go.
How many can say that?
And
You
to
know,
make it-
many can't say that. And me and my son have conversations here and there, and he tells me a lot of their friends may be in jail, may have
Mhm.
lost their lives to the streets,
Right.
maybe just innocent bystander. I've
Mhm.
always told them, I can't choose your friend, but be mindful who you call a friend.
Right.
Because I tell them all the time, even with them being grown now, friends don't get you in trouble. Friends
You-
keep you out of trouble.
Exactly. I
You
tell my
get you in
son
trouble.
all the time.
You know, like
That's right.
me personally, you know, my son is going through a situation where he got caught up in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? And as a man, you know, as a father, because I got 5 boys. I got nothing but boys. You feel what I'm saying? With a grandson. So it's like I've always been active in their life.
Mhm.
I felt bad when my son caught his time and he caught his case. He's going through what he's going through, or we going through what we going through right now. But the tough peel about the reality is that I did everything that I could possibly do to keep my son on the straight and narrow. It just came down to the
Mhm.
choices he wanted to make
That he chose.
that he chose.
That he chose. We do everything in our power as a parent and hope that our kids do what we instilled in them.
Right.
Not to say they don't think of the things we have told them, because like I tell mine all the time when they were coming up. If someone and you think something is about to happen, I don't care if you got the room, jump out the car with it moving, whatever. Get away from it. Because like I told them a lot of times, you be guilty by association. You hadn't done a thing. But because you are with that person, you just as guilty. Look at the, not trying to bring it, because I pray for this family every day. Look at the murder that happened in Upator. Looking
Right.
at that video, one of the boys had no earthly idea of what they were going to do. You didn't partake in anything that this boy did to take the lives of these people, but by you being there, you didn't do anything to stop it, to help the situation. So
Right.
you just is guilty. And the system already, I worked in the jail. I worked in medical. I tell a lot of them kids now, if I see them, young, old, whatever. And that was the thing. When I worked in the jail, people would say, why you want to work here? God put me there for a reason when I was there. A lot of those people in jail, male, females, a lot of them just needed somebody they could vent to.
Just get it off their
I
chest.
took both of my kids. I took both of mine to jail. And it was a teachable moment.
Mhm.
It wasn't nothing that they actually did. Deontay went, the one that's 24. I took him, believe it or not, he was 2nd grade. And the reason I did it, y'all, because his teacher just come out of college. If you ask me, should she have been in the classroom, I say no. But I'm not going to take what she went to school to do away from her, because now she's a great teacher. But I knew my child. Deontay he was a little hot-headed. He always wanted to be a clown. So Hill can tell you, it was times that he would not listen to Coach Hill. Coach Hill couldn't do nothing with it. But I never said you couldn't discipline my child. Neither one of them. Because if you seen them doing wrong, even to this day, if you see them doing wrong, long as it's something you saying to them that's positive, say it to them.
That's right.
Tell me about it after. We will get it taken care of. And that's why I tell people, you can't be the one that say, well, don't say that to my child. Well, it's something that can help your child. Because we're in this thing together. And that's where if you ask me, that's where we've come apart, because you got a lot of the the parents now, they don't have the guidance to give their kids, because I'm not going to take the fact, some of them do have to work, so they can't always hold their kids' hand. But then you got some of them want to be their friends instead of trying to teach them what's right, what's wrong, what you should do, what's the decision, where it can lead you to. And that was one of the reasons I took mine to jail, so they could see, hey, if I don't do this, I don't do that, this is where I can end up. I don't ever want to see mine there. But some of them, because the choices they choose will lead them there or either somewhere else. But I'd rather know if they made that choice, you can always, move from that. Don't keep making that same mistake. But we do need, and then, I'm in, so there's a program now, some people done started within the community. And so I joined it, and it's to help enlighten, like y'all saying, the youth. So projects and things that they're planning to do, because they're planning, I think, in April, May, to do this workshop, and they're gonna have like public speakers come and talk to them about stuff. And it starts right here, Right. So that's a great thing they're doing, and I can probably get y'all the information to see if there's something, y'all would want to come into, because it's needed with our young kids now.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely. Let me ask you this. Excuse me. Let me ask you this. What do you think about like a lot of the reasons, like you said, parents are being their kids' friends, and instead of being parents and things like that. But do you think that comes because that's being more trendy now at times? You feel what I'm saying? Parents being more kicking it pals with their kids than actual parents. But do you think that comes because a lot of these females are having kids at a very, very early age? You know what I'm saying? Do you think that could be a big, because to me, I think that's a real big reason why, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these kids are like, misguided, so to speak, because how can a child lead a child? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Lot of
but then
kids,
I think too, if you look at a lot of the things our kids are having to deal with, because not to say household has to be a 2-parent household. A lot of these kids, just talking to them, just having a conversation. A lot of kids I've talked to that have come to jail or you talk to them and they say a lot of the things they did is because they didn't have anybody one to talk to. They may have been missing a dad in the home. They may have been missing a mom in the home, but they had other people to per se, tell them right from wrong. But it's like they wanted it from mama or daddy.
yeah,
And mom and dad is not giving to me. So I'm going to do this and hopes mama or daddy takes heed to know I need attention. So they find a lot of them, they go out and find ways to get the parents' attention. A lot of times. Yes, I had mine young. I was 18 finishing high school, 19 finishing college with the other. But the way I raised my kids is pretty much how I came up. My mom didn't play the radio with us, which I never gave my mama any problem because I was involved in sports. I did what I was supposed to. I might have cut up 1 or 2 times. Never knew one of my teachers knew my sister. And so I had 100 average in this class and never knew my grades started falling because I want to act a clown. I was 9th grade. Had to stay after school, knock on the door. The teacher tell me to open the door. It's my sister. I'm asking her what she doing there. She said, you didn't know I knew her, did it? My eyes was big as ever. That day forward, I never gave that teacher any more problem. I brought my grade back up to where it's supposed to have been.
Mhm.
But that's something I chose to act up. I knew I never gave a teacher problem, but you know, you start smelling yourself or whatever, which you know that they say. But I knew that wasn't of me, so I had to
Right.
get myself back in line to know, you know, I need to do what I need to do, and that's what I did.
Right.
But I don't know, a lot of now, yeah, these parents, yeah, because I mean, you really, yes, back then, our grandparents, great grandparents, whatever, may have had kids at a young age, which is still, I mean, history just repeats itself at most times.
But you know, I mean,
So that's why I tell you, even
I-
like now, when it is more of a issue now when you seeing a 15-year-old, a teen having a child versus when it was done years ago.
Mhm.
We don't, these kids, I mean, you know, times have changed, of course. So a 15, 16-year-old having a child, now they'd be like, well, what the mama was doing, you know, but what were our great grandparents' mom and stuff was doing back then? So it doesn't make it no better one way or the other. It's just the time periods have changed to me.
right.
What you
But to
can
me,
say?
now I'm gonna tell you, I got an older sister. She like 5-6 years older than me, right? My mom had her when she was 15, and like the way Red and Vontae grew up, my sister grew up the same way. She got 2 master degrees. She never gave my mom any trouble or anything like that. And like I said, a lot of times single parents do a good job with their kids. Like you say, it's a surrounding that they have them in.
The
Also,
environment.
the environment, all
Yeah.
that. So, like you say, back then, back 55, 56, 7 years ago, parents did have kids, you know, at the age of my mom had my sister, I think she was 15 going on 16, something like that. But I think she was 15. So it's like my sister, she came out good. She came out real good. So, like I say, that can have something in it, you know, when kids, you know, come from a one parent home, they can get into trouble. And then you can have some kids come from a 2-parent home. I'm
They
talking
can get in trouble.
they can get in trouble. So it just all depends
That's right.
it all depends on, you know,
It's the
what you and you can have some great parents. I know some great parents.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We
You
all
can
do. Yeah.
you
Mhm.
kid.
But that's why I say the choices that the children make pretty much now because they want to fit in.
Exactly.
Exactly. You
They
know,
want
one of the biggest things
to
like
be leaders.
So I don't want no parent.
And
I was just saying I don't want
you
no to feel bad like they failed a child. When you know you did your best, you did your best.
yeah.
That's my point I'm trying to make. You know,
oh yeah.
you know if you know you did your best, you did your best. And I know when our kids make the wrong decisions, but long as we know we did our best,
That's
and
it.
we can, you know.
Hey, I agree. Like I said, I mean, like when good accomplishments happen, just like you know what I'm saying with your boys, and congratulations to your son. You know what I'm saying for sure. You know what I'm saying? When things like that happen, man, I mean tears of joy. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can, boy, like you know what I'm saying? But man, when it's on the other side, Lord have mercy.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. And it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Our kids
Uh-huh.
because I look at a lot of the friends that have passed away.
Yeah.
You know, they were good kids. We know they were good kids, but is some of the things like what they say, you live by the street, you die by the streets or whatever.
That's
Yeah,
it.
for
Came
sure.
from good, did all they could, to make sure they hopefully stayed on the right path. But like I said, when these kids get out of our sight, because we can't always hold their hand, they're gonna do what they want to do with us or without us. And that's why one thing too, you know, I always pray if my kids aren't with me, I just always pray that they did what they knew to do that was right. And I used to tell them, don't go out there, in which I can pat myself on the back. They never gave me never been in trouble, you know, with the law or anything like that. But you know, I tell them, don't go out there and embarrass me. So everybody know me. I'm known everywhere.
Yeah.
But if something was to happen, I'm not gonna say I would be embarrassed, because like you said, I know what I've instilled in my kids.
Right.
I know
For sure.
what others have instilled in my kids. And I can say they're a product of a one parent home, but that's why I say it goes to show the support system we have. I still can call some of these guys right now if my oldest feel like he have an issue. I mean, I always tell them, I know you're not gonna be able to talk to me about stuff, but confide in somebody you can. I ain't gotta never know what y'all talked about, but long as you do what I ask you to do, and it's somebody that you trust, hey, I'm glad. And
See,
that's
but
what a lot of our kids are scared to do, is express themselves, you know,
why?
tell how they feel about
Why?
a lot of things, a lot of issues they deal with, a lot of things in.
But
And that's what
why do they hold
uh-huh.
those things in? Why
I
do
think
you
they're afraid.
to
They're
express?
afraid to me to express themselves a lot of times, because there was a situation, Bunte, and let me see. I'm not gonna be afraid to say it, because he was 7th grade. I used to have to go to work before they got on the bus. Our neighborhood is not a highly neighborhood with people in and out. Where he used to get on the bus at was only for like our area, but at one time in it, like in the mornings in Phoenix City, it don't matter who get on what bus, but you have to get on your right bus to go home. You can have a child South Phoenix City over to where I live on Sanford Road and catch the bus to school. That didn't matter. But you had to ride your bus, the proper bus home. There was an incident with this little white girl that lived maybe 2 streets up. And this is why my son he is now when it comes to certain people. He had to gain trust with certain people because this little girl she on my porch, and he would tell her, you can't be on my mama's porch, she's not here. We had a lady lived here, she passed away, but that lady saw everything come in here and come out. If the car was at your house and she wasn't familiar with that car, you gonna know. My daddy used to come. My daddy used to drive 3 different cars. She gonna tell me each time she see a different car, and she said, the man, he never got out till you came. That's my dad, you know. So she got that understanding. But anyway, going to my son, because this could have led to something totally different. And that's why I say too, when our kids carry themselves a certain way, it helps them.
That's right.
Okay, so they would be on the bus. She started like just hitting my son and things like that. So she liked him. He didn't like her. So this is something she did, and it upset me to the fullest. She goes to school, in the classroom, just starts crying and tell the teacher she needs to talk to somebody, which the teacher know him personally, black male teacher, well known here in Phoenix City, knows my child very well. The little girl told him supposedly what my child did to her. She claimed my son was supposed to have been fondling with her on the bus. Never happened. So
Wow.
he takes her to the, she didn't tell the teacher kids. He took her to the counselor. He stood outside the door because he wanted to know what she was saying. When the counselor asked her what was happening, she claimed my son was supposed to been putting his hand down her shirt, putting his hand down her pants, which y'all at this time, my child wouldn't even hug me. So I knew he couldn't have did this to this little girl. So when the teacher heard the first thing she claimed he did, he had the secretary to call my son up so he could talk to him one-on-one. He told me, he said, when I call your son up and questioned him about what happened on the bus, he said he had no earthly idea what I was talking about. So the counselor could have very well called the police, could have very well called DFAC. I could have possibly been in trouble. My child could have possibly been in trouble from these allegations this little girl put on him. So they brought my son to talk to the counselor to see if any of this stuff was true. My son, now mind you, she didn't tell what she was doing to him. Thankfully, one of the neighbor's daughter, they called her up, called her mama to see if it was okay if she come and talk to them so they could get a better idea what was going on.
Okay.
That girl told him Bunty never touched her. She would always mess with him on the book. Class together. They took her out of the class, and I wanted to find her parents. They never told me what street the little girl lived on because I wanted to talk to her parents, because that made me, if she's doing that to him, who has possibly been doing that to her?
And think about this, Tamika. Think about how many innocent people are sitting in jail right now for something
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot of innocent people in jail. But see, the thing that happens too a lot of times in jail, just to, you know, kind of, I don't like to be throwing everywhere, but I found a lot of people that are innocent in jail. One, the court system's already behind in cases.
Right.
Two, the system ain't set up for us. Three, these judges, they take whatever cases they feel like they can take. They can only see so many people in court a day. When I worked in jail, we had a log of people that had to go to court on a certain morning. You might have had about 15, 20 people on that docket to go to court. If they load them up 6:30 in the morning to go to court, not even half of them people be seen. So one, you can't plead your case. Two, a lot of them can't afford a lawyer. These point court lawyers they have ain't worth a flip.
Ain't worth nothing.
Ain't worth a flip. So you in a you know, you straddling the fence with, okay, well, who can I get to help me? You know, like they said, guilty, innocent to proven guilty. A lot of people have to go and represent themselves because they can't afford these point-appointed lawyers. And I've seen when they send in the court-appointed lawyer, they talk to them any kind of way. They ain't there to help them.
Right.
Yeah.
They ain't there to help them. They ain't making nothing off the case. So they're going to do the bare minimum. And I know it's plenty of people in jail that are innocent. But a lot of times we look down, and that's one thing I had to separate myself from. You know, and I know it's a lot of things, you know, that I've experienced and seen. I'm not gonna say affected me so much, but that's why I had to pull myself from the jail. One thing, I don't care what a person has done. I don't care what their charges may be. There's one thing I never did, was to judge them according to their charges.
Right.
Because we're still human. Exactly. And like I tell people, you gotta make sure your health is where it needs to be if you have a medical condition. I never wanted anything on my hand if, you know, it came to somebody getting sick and can't get what they want, because you do have, I've seen it every day. You got officers in there, just because an inmate don't do something they ask them to do, they beat the shit out them folks. We had this one young boy, white boy, 18 years old. We don't work on the weekend, Monday through Friday. One of the officers, big, they beat the mess out of this 16-year-old. I think the boy was 16, 18. Beat the boy blue. Didn't do not one report. We came in, the inmates was telling me, Miss Green, such and such got jumped on by officers such and such Friday night. They didn't even take him to medical. They just let him sleep there. Boy done hit his head. Baby face blue and purple. No report was done. I had to send this kid out because they telling me he hit his head. He been there from Friday to Monday. Child had a concussion. Could have died.
Lord have mercy.
Could have died. They just had another guy. Just died in the Russell County jail about a month and a half ago. But I'm not going to put that fault on the jail, because this was a mental ill person. Yes, you may have police, but the situation wasn't handled correctly. So the family seeking justice from the jail while my loved one died. Well, first off, if you knew he was mental health, and the system fails people all the time. We don't have like other counties and stuff. They have programs set up for people when they transition out of jail, in hopes that they don't come back or be repeat offenders. Because once you become a repeat offender, they don't care. They're going to put you right back down there. You're going to sit. You're not going to hear from your probation officer. The state just paying for you to be there. You got to think of, they talk about the jails, how money is spent. I tell you, the jail, y'all, is like a pharmacy, a hospital, mental health clinic, because you do got a mental health, and you get people all the time in there that's mental health. Nowhere to send them. Nobody to do them. So that's why a lot of them come back. You got a lot of like homeless people here in Phoenix City and Columbus that are targets. Police can see them just maybe standing on the side of a store, but they know that's what they're known for. Maybe panhandling, begging for money, begging for food. They're going to stay picking with them. And that's why I say, if I was to ever come into or be blessed with money, that's one thing I would do. I would go to these old buildings around here. Some of these old, and open them up to help those type people.
Yeah,
a lot of them, refuse to, like a lot of homeless people, they have come out of a lot of these facilities around here because, one, they have to report their income. You got people mistreating them every day, taking their money.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Why would I want to be?
Yeah. Back when
it's sad. Yeah, it's sad what a lot of our people, not just us as a race, anybody. It's sad. It's sad. And that's why I tell people, I treat people how I want to be treated. On my job. I don't have let me see, how can I say it? Because my grandmama and them never told us to use the word hate. I may not like what someone does, but that doesn't mean I have to accept it. That's why I had to come from the jail, because I've seen too many people being mistreated. I'm not going to mistreat these people. One thing I had to tell them, I can't help who I know. One thing about it, when I worked at that jail, I went and did my job. From 7:30 to 4, I did my job. So when I go to sleep at night, like I tell people, I have to have a conscious mind to rest. And that's why I don't understand how sometimes people, they can walk around here knowing they have mistreated somebody or not done somebody right and think it's okay. That's why I tell people, everybody, you got to be held accountable for what you have done to somebody.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah, but we just gotta come together as people because we're so divided. We is like, we don't want to see the next one have
get it.
anything.
Right,
What
right.
they because I see people not call it gatekeeping. I'm like, oh Lord, a new term. But yeah, and that's why I say I think it's important too, that because we used to know the Big Brother Big Sisters program. I see they're trying to get that back started.
Right.
You
Yeah.
do have a lot of people in the community that are trying to spearhead programs in hopes of parents, getting involved, trying to put it out on Facebook, the radio, and things of that nature. Um, and there's one guy, he's a minister here at one of the churches, because he was saying, if a parent can't bring their child, he'll load a van up and bring the child. There was
Right.
one guy, and that's why I like what the was that what you call them, the Mason, the guys that are involved in one of the Mason organizations here in Phoenix City. They're involved with all our schools. They volunteer down at all our schools. They do things to, help the students, help the principals. Because one of the guys retired military. So
Okay.
before COVID, he would hold these little classes of whatnot where he was teaching the boys how to change a tire, how to check oil, just car maintenance and things like that. They would do little cooking classes. Um, I could appreciate, like Home Depot does. They have those little sessions where you can bring your kid, they can do little building projects and things like that. But we have to get our kids involved. Just not saying involved is gonna always help because a lot of them, okay, I'm tired of this. I want to do something else.
Right.
But you just hope to try to keep them with a positive mindset. And so that's why, I would show minds a lot of things, in hopes that they didn't turn the wrong way. But, if they had it wasn't because of anything where I felt I lacked as a parent. It's choices they chose to make.
Right. Well, Mika, I ain't gonna lie to you. You took us all the way out, baby. So you rock with the whole
Yeah.
night and you took us out. So with that being said, y'all, this is the part of the show that we hate to come to. We want to give a shout out to Miss
Sure.
Tamika Green for jumping in with us. You know what I'm saying? Rocking out with us for the rest of the show. Shout outs to Bo for doing what he do behind the ones and twos. Shout out to my main man Mo Gotti.
Thank you so much for coming on, Tamika.
You're welcome.
For sure, for sure. And we'll be back on tomorrow night.
Hey, Tamika, I wanna do a segment with you about about the heritage, about how we can get, just to have a whole topic, how we can get everybody get the information, find out about their heritage and find out about what Indian tribe they came from, because we all are basically from the same area. So we're gonna have to get you to educate a lot of people on that.
Okay, well, I'll get like I have to. Well, yeah, because like our organization, they meet like on Saturdays and Sundays, and that's one thing too. Like the government can't mess with this organization because, like I said, they're uh nationally recognized. So
Right, right,
what? Like he said, it don't matter who's in that presidency. We have to get to a point where we got to know what we got to do to further ourselves. This
right,
Indian organization, my in, they're building homes for their people. You can't
right,
take that away from them.
right,
Um, we've come from doing a lot of things that our ancestors did. That's why, like, when we used to have family gatherings at my aunt's house before COVID for Christmas, my cousin that works for the Pentagon,
Mhm.
everything we're going through now and experiencing now, he told us all this stuff.
right,
He told us all this stuff. Some things he can share with us, some things, of course, he can't. But
Mhm.
what he shares with us, he in hope that we take heed to what he tells us. And like he said, we should have prepared on that first shutdown. We didn't. And that's why we're kind of where we are now, because we didn't do what we needed to do. Yes, we're coming into another shutdown. And like he was telling us, like, money's in the bank. You need to withdraw your money out of the bank.
Yeah.
And I see one reason why my grandparents, neither one of them had a bank account.
They didn't keep it. The old people didn't keep their
They
money in the bank.
No, they
They
didn't.
kept their own. They were their own bank.
That's right.
You know, I pulled mine out, but then a friend of mine was telling me about a high-end account, and I'll get y'all that information too. She said that's where we need to start putting our money so it can grow. Because we got to get out of the mindset of, like, not saying nothing against you here. We're single-minded when it comes to things that are happening in the government. Like I said, things that Trump is doing, we can't stop him, but there's somebody that can. He can sit there and sign 1,000 pieces of paper, but until that stuff is approved, and that's why I said the federal government can stop him from doing anything that he feels like he can do.
But
He
you know,
didn't say what he's gonna do.
but you know, they got the House
But-
and the Senate. But what I'm saying,
They-
here, what
if they're not stuff, it don't matter what Trump says he's gonna do. It don't matter. That's why he's had to bring people back to work. That's why you got to send them air traffic controllers back to work. That's the only reason them planes started colliding with each other. You had nobody to tell them a sense of direction. So you can't take these from people and think it's okay. No, that's how the world runs. People telling these planes how to properly land.
but before we,
You know, it foolishness. Yeah, and I can appreciate Trump for some of the things he's doing, you know, and I know that's a story for another day, but you know, but we can't be so weak-minded when it comes to a lot of stuff. But you know, like I said, neither here or there. But I'm not against him for some of the stuff he's doing though, because like you said, our tax dollars have been wasted. And I don't blame him for trying to stop that, put our money back here where it should be. I don't blame him for that. But there's a lot of other stuff he's doing that, no, I don't agree with. But, you know, I don't want to get back into it, but we're going to leave it at that, though. But, you know, we just got to get to where we do what we have to do for ourselves, because it don't matter who sits in that seat. My always been in the Heavenly Father.
right.
So whatever they decide to do or however they want to do in that White House, that's them. But my trust goes and goes.
No, what I'm
And that's
saying,
who
I get what you're saying, Tamika. What I'm saying, I'm just saying, I'm looking at like our elderly people. I'm looking at our young kids that need their Medicaid. I'm just looking at
it's not gonna get he can say what he's gonna do, but you can't cut out those programs. You cannot. You cannot cut them. It don't matter what he said he's gonna cut. It don't matter. He can't cut them.
I get what you.
Hey,
I get
Bo,
what
hit
you're
the
saying,
hand claps
Tamika.
on him, Bo.
I get what you're saying, Tamika, but he has yes people behind him. He has
It don't matter.
Hey, they don't want
It matter. Them people can. Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter. That's what you got to get away from what he said. It's okay what he said, but it can't be done. You can't take that away from these people.
The Democrat.
No, you can't do that. It don't matter if the Democrat said or Republican said, you cannot take that away from the American people. You just can't do that. He can say what he's gonna do all day. He can, and he has, and he's still saying it. But it cannot be done. It cannot. No, I got a friend working right now.
Hey,
He can
just
say what he can't cut it. And that's why, yeah, and they were talking about their jobs in jeopardy. No, you cannot cut the federal government out of anything. No.
Tamika done got Be railed up again.
I'm not real. I'm just saying.
Go ahead, say what you
This
gonna say. So
man-
we get in the
Yeah,
We got what you said the whole time here, but that's why I said I'm not a political person at all. I don't know everything when it comes to the government or anything like that, but just looking at it from my perspective and things that I've been told from people that actually work for the federal government, Trump can say what he gonna do. Trump can sign 1,000 pieces of paper with his name on. That don't mean nothing.
He just signed some.
Nothing.
all right.
Just sign the paper.
So with that being said, hey,
Thank you, Tamika.
Tamika, thank you, baby.
Thank
Yeah.
you. We will have you back on here.
No,
Have you back
Huh?
on here.
I'm gonna all
one
right.
more- Thank you, baby. Appreciate
Thank you.
you and everything. Big Cap, appreciate you for the
All right.
conversation. And we'll see you next time.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, if I'm not at to take keeping a scorebook.
Okay.
But yeah, y'all know it eat me up basketball season over with, but I'm busy out of scorebook. I can't do it. Yeah,
Thank-
but okay. But I'll be on it. Man.
Okay.
All right now, baby girl.
All right, good night.
Good night. So to everybody else, man, for sure, man, we didn't have a wonderful, wonderful time, man, here at Big Cap on this one, man. We had a split conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed it. To everybody that was watching, Sherry Portis, Keith Smith, Miss Tamika Green, Thunderbird, to all our regulars, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank
y'all.
y'all for tuning in.
Hey, shout out to I know me and one of my partners, good partner, we disagree real.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Coach Rail.
But hey, appreciate you coming on, Rail, and me and Portis, we disagree. I disagree with a lot of people, but I still appreciate y'all. So
For sure.
and just like Scott say, my mind can't be changed.
His mind
brain.
for sure. So, this is how we do, man. I am your host, Portis, aka Mr. Squad in Your Face. This is my co-host.
Mo got it, and I'm brainwashed.
Hey, y'all, man. Peace to the planet, man. We
Peace
are
out.
outta
See
here,
y'all
man.
next time.
Peace.